You know the drill. You wake up, hit snooze, scroll through TikTok or watch Netflix or maybe the news. Maybe grab some coffee or a beer, but the real goal is to survive the day with minimal effort. But then you hear about those people who live past 100, right? The ones who seem to just keep going, walking, laughing, doing yoga. And whoa, hold on. Is that a garden they're working on? Suddenly you feel a little bit of that existential dread creeping in because what's their secret? The truth is, these super-agers don't live past 100 by running marathons every morning or living off kale smoothies. They've got simple habits that work with their lifestyle. And they don't need to be hardcore gym bros or weekend warrior types. So today, we're going to talk about the habits of those who are hitting triple digits, and guess what? You don't need to leave your couch to start living longer. 1. The couch potato conundrum. Now, I get it. You've got your spot on the couch, your snacks, your TV shows, and life is good. Why mess with that? But here's the thing, life expectancy isn't about the length of time. It's about the quality. So let's imagine for a moment, what if we could steal a few pages from the playbook of people who've managed to survive a century without all the pain and suffering we associate with healthy habits? But here's the twist. They're not doing what we think they're doing. In fact, some of the people living the longest lives don't work out for hours a day or eat things that make you feel guilty. Instead, they've got little daily habits that add up over time. Let's break them down in a way even the most dedicated couch potato can understand. 2. Habit 1. Move, but don't kill yourself. Okay, first things first. When you think exercise, you're probably thinking about lifting weights, running on a treadmill, or doing squats until your legs feel like jelly. But here's the deal. People who live past 100 don't necessarily love working out. They love moving. In blue zones, the areas in the world where people live the longest, movement is built into everyday life. Think about it. It's not about hitting the gym for an hour. It's about staying active throughout the day. They might take a walk to the store, tend to their garden, or do a little light stretching while chatting with friends. In other words, they move with purpose. You don't need to start training for a marathon. Instead, try this. Take the stairs. Walk around the block after dinner. Do 5 minutes of stretching while your favorite show is buffering. You'll barely notice it, but you'll be doing your body a big favor. And if you want to get even more creative, use the couch. Try doing some stretches or seated exercises while you're chilling. Every bit counts. If you're enjoying this and thinking, hey, maybe I can live to 100 without giving up snacks, go ahead and tap that like button and hit subscribe so the algorithm knows you're choosing the long game, one couch-friendly habit at a time. 3. Habit 2. Eat with purpose, not perfection. Let's talk about food. You've heard it a million times. Eat your greens, no sugar, and don't touch anything fried. It's enough to make anyone want to order pizza and call it a day. But guess what? People who live past 100 don't stress over perfection. They eat real, whole foods. In blue zones, they follow the 80% rule. That means you eat until you're 80% full and not stuffed to the brim. The idea is simple. If you eat just a little less, your body can digest better and keep you feeling energized for the long haul. Plus, their diets aren't restrictive. They're rich in plant-based foods, legumes, nuts, and whole grains. Stuff that's tasty but won't leave you feeling deprived. And don't worry, they don't avoid sweets entirely either. They'll have a piece of cake or a little dessert here and there, but in moderation. So try this. Next time you're eating, don't gorge yourself. Eat slowly and stop when you're about 80% full. You'll feel better, and hey, you're following one of the habits of centenarians. 4. Habit 3. Keep your mind active without becoming a scholar. Now, I know what you're thinking. I can barely finish a Netflix series without losing focus. How on earth am I going to keep my brain sharp? The key here isn't turning yourself into Einstein. It's about keeping your mind engaged in small, meaningful ways. The centenarians in blue zones don't sit in front of the TV for hours, gasp. They stay active by having conversations, solving puzzles, reading, or even playing card games with family. You don't need to start reading philosophy or memorizing the periodic table, but try learning a new skill, practicing a hobby, or even challenging yourself with a crossword puzzle. It's all about keeping your brain active and engaged in life. Another simple way to keep your brain sharp: socialize. Yep, studies show that people who are socially active tend to live longer. Whether it's a phone call with a friend or chatting with a neighbor, those little moments of connection have a huge impact on longevity. So maybe spend a little less time scrolling and a little more time texting or calling someone who makes you laugh. 5. Habit 4. Sleep like a pro without the all-nighter hustle. Let's talk about sleep. The good news is, you don't need to be up at 5 a.m. for a 10-mile run to live longer. But you do need quality sleep. Centenarians sleep an average of 7 to 8 hours a night. They understand the importance of rest and recovery, and guess what? So can you. It's not about grinding for hours. It's about making sure that when you sleep deeply. Set a routine. Avoid screen time an hour before bed. Drink some herbal tea, and when you do wake up, don't hit snooze 20 times. Get out of bed and start your day with some light movement, even if it's just stretching for 5 minutes. 6. Habit 5. Stress less, live more. Here's a fun fact. Stress isn't just bad for your mental health. It can literally shorten your lifespan. The Centenarians, they have an incredible ability to manage stress. You don't need to become a meditation guru, but the people who live the longest tend to take time each day to relax, reflect, or even nap. They know that life is stressful, but they don't let it consume them. They slow down. Try this. Set aside a few minutes every day to just breathe. Seriously. Just sit there and focus on your breath for a couple of minutes. That's it. You can even do it while you're binge watching your favorite show. Stress management doesn't need to be complicated. 7. Habit 6. Find your purpose. Yes, even on the couch. Last but not least, let's talk about purpose. You may not have a big career or $1 million idea, but having something that gives you a reason to get out of bed every day is a key habit of people who live past 100. It doesn't need to be grand. It could be your family, a hobby, or even a cause you care about. The important part is that you feel connected to something bigger than yourself. If you're feeling a little directionless, try exploring new interests. Maybe start a little project, a podcast, gardening, even volunteering without leaving the house. There are ways to engage your purpose without leaving your living room. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Okay, let's be real. You don't need to overhaul your entire life to live longer. You just need to start with small changes that fit your vibe. It's all about moving more, eating smarter, sleeping well, managing stress, and staying connected to something meaningful. If centenarians can do it, so can you. So the next time you're lounging on the couch, thinking about the inevitable march of time, remember, life isn't about being perfect. It's about making tiny, consistent choices that will add up to big results. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a like. Subscribe so you can learn more habits to live a long and happy life without even leaving your couch. The secret is already in your hands.